Why am I agreeing to what you're saying now? This is supposed to be.
No, but we're debating.
This is supposed to be a debate, and I'm supposed to be speaking against. Anyway. Hello there, beautiful people. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time on the channel, hi. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Joecy, and I'm a Cameroonian based in the UK. And if you've been watching my videos and you've not yet subscribed to the channel, please consider hitting the red subscribe button below there, and don't forget to turn on the bell that pops up after you've subscribed if you want to be notified each time I upload a new video. And to those of you who keep coming back, thank you so much for being there and for always coming back. If you remember, in the husband tag video, I mentioned that we are going to be having a husband and wife debate. And I know it's been really long since we mentioned that. You've seen him already on the channel, but it has not been a debate topic. So today we are going to be having a debate topic. And yeah, I'm trying to make the most out of this quarantine time by having him on the channel, since he's at home with us now most of the time. So yeah, let's welcome your favorite guest to the channel, guys. Come in.
Hello.
You're welcome to the channel once more.
Thank you very much.
And you are?
My name is Mr. Christian Nanga, and this is my lovely partner, simply Joecy.
Why do you say Mr.? It's Mr. in your birth certificate.
But I'm a Mr.
Your name is Christian?
No, I'm Mr. Christian.
All right then. Mr. Christian, you're welcome once more to Simply Joecy. So today we are having our first ever debate topic. We'll have a lot more coming subsequently. So the debate topic today is, does your partner's relationship history matter? I'm going to be speaking against, and he is going to be speaking for. So yeah, it's always with his bottle.
It's not alcohol.
All right, so I'm going to be speaking against. For me, once you meet somebody, you take it from when you've met them. Their relationship history does not really matter. If you meet them today and you're happy with what you see, you carry on from there. Whatever happened in their past should not really matter, because it doesn't have to be a part of your future. So you carry on with them from where you meet them and make a future for yourselves moving forward.
Okay. Well, personally, I think that if you make the choice to marry somebody or to meet someone and move on your life with the person, well, you have to accept them as they are, and because there's no changing for the past. However, in the choice you make for a partner, you have to consider their past, because people are a product. A grown-up person is the product of his environment, his society, his upbringing. And these things are what form the person. I mean, as time goes by, even during the relationship, they will still evolve into something positive or negative. I mean, but what a person becomes ultimately is a reflection of their past. So if you're gonna try to understand somebody's situation, somebody's way of thinking, somebody's thought processes and everything, you need to be able to look back where they come from. That's my take on things.
Where they come from doesn't necessarily mean their past relationship history. Where they come from could be their family background, their upbringing and things like that. That has nothing to do with their relationship history.
Well, it does, really, because me and you were together, right?
Yeah.
This is an experience, and this is a lesson at the same time.
Yes.
So, a negative experience can impact on you, just like a positive experience can impact on you.
Yes.
So, in as much as it's not a family, or it's not about your family, a previous relationship definitely will leave a mark on you. So you are a product of whatever previous relationships you've had in the past. So I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying it's good. But what I'm saying is definitely you need to look at somebody's history, if you can look at it, to understand if that's the kind of person you want to be with today. Because a lot of times some things surface in a relationship a lot later, and those things are things that if you had looked at the history of that person, you would have noticed, or you would have been better prepared for whatever eventually surfaces, because you can't change certain things, and certain character traits don't just change overnight. Some people are good at being good when it comes to finding a partner, or trying to get a lady or a man to settle down with them. But a lot of things come out with time once that relationship is, they're pretty comfortable. So it's good to consider the relationships they've had in the past and how they've, dealt with. I think I would, if I could, try and understand how their previous relationships were. If I can understand, probably even speak to the exes. I mean, that's not something which is very possible, because usually an ex does not have too many positives to say about an ex. So, but the people around that relationship and say what they think about the relationship and how things went, and just a bit of investigation, will help a lot, I think, anyway.
Personally, I don't see how important that is. I don't see how important looking back at your partner's relationship history is, because it doesn't just really do anything, because you might go and find out some kind of things that might just upset you and make your life so uncomfortable.
Well, if it does upset you, if look, people have had, look, babes, people have had all sorts of pasts, right?
Yes.
People have done all sorts of crazy things, right?
Yes.
Does not define who they are, right?
Definitely not.
So everybody's entitled to change and become a better person. That's what the whole experience of life is.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. But the person who is getting involved with you has to have a level of comfort with whatever history you have. Not to say it's wrong, but they have to be comfortable with it. Because the last thing you want is for you guys to go somewhere, or you guys to get married, or whatever happens, and then this person now realizes something which does not fit, or does not just is not comfortable for that person, and then all issues come up. Because in as much as I may be comfortable with somebody for whatever reasons, the next person may not be comfortable with that past, and the next person may, if the next person knew about that past, they would not be with that person. Not to say that person is wrong or right, because wrong or right is just down to your subjective thoughts and your perception. But whoever is getting into a relationship needs to know the history behind the person they're getting with.
Honestly, to me, if there's anything I would like to know about my partner's relationship history, it would only be if they had any kids from their previous relationship, and maybe their health history.
So
so that is it.
Will you date a guy?
When it comes to what they liked about their ex.
Okay, a question.
I don't want to know.
Quick question.
When it comes to the things their ex used to do for them that made them happy,
quick question.
I don't want to know. When it comes to their intimate history and whatever thing they were doing in their previous relationship, I don't see how important that is. I don't think it is. It has to be a subject of discussion in your in your present relationship. I don't see that.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Right. You met a guy who's very nice.
Yes.
Very attractive, just like me, you know. Does not even have a bald head. He has full hair. And he's very intelligent.
Yes.
Just like me.
Yes, just like you.
And this guy is the perfect deal. But you find out that his previous wife was beaten every day very badly.
Yes.
And the wife or the girlfriend before that was beaten every day very badly. And the one probably before that as well. Clearly there's a problem. But the guy you have in front of you is a nice guy. He tells you, look, I don't believe in beating. I'm not that kind of guy, and it's wrong. And every evidence shows that he's not with it. Is that the kind of man you marry? Or you just close your eyes to his history?
I would not marry a woman beater.
No, he's not a woman beater, because right now his history with you shows that he's not a woman beater. So he has no. Let's forget about that history. Let's forget about everything. Let's do what you just said.
Met me.
Let's forget about everything. Yeah.
He has met me. He has never beaten me before.
Yes.
We've had a conversation about men who beat their wives or wives who beat their husbands, and he has made me understand
He's told you what you need to hear.
He has made me understand that he can never beat me.
Okay.
I will take him by his words. I will hold him by his words until the day that he breaks that.
Fair enough. And then you go by that, and then you learn later.
That is if he has other qualities that I'm looking for in a man.
But what if you learn after he's told you that?
Yeah.
Because obviously you're a human and you're exposed to your environment, and you learn in the environment. I'm just trying to see how you take things on. Because personally, if I found that out, I may still be with that person, but in terms of picking a partner, I may choose not to go through that hassle if there was an option that was slightly better. You understand? So which means if I had 3 women that I was looking at dating or being married to or whatever, and I find out that there's one woman who was a husband beater, for example, because they exist, I may still date that woman. But if I had 2 other women I was contemplating on who had no history, I would just say, you know what? I can't really be bothered. I was first of all contemplating on 2 of them. Let me just go for the one that, has no. And so that will be a serious point for me. It does not mean that I could not still date that person, but it just means she's gone. And I'm sure for you that if you hear that the guy you are dating and hoping to get married to was a wife beater, come on, let's be real. We're humans. We're not some machines. You will, if you were to date that same person and take his word for it after he's beaten his wife before you, who has been with him for probably longer than you, and the girlfriend before, and the one before, and you have clear evidence that he did all that. How naive do you have to be to think that it's just you who is going to be very different? Some people are damaged. That's just the truth. Some people are damaged, and there's all the telltale signs to show you that this person is damaged. And most of those telltale signs are seen when you look at the person's past. That's why I think that a person's previous relationship and the history they had in their previous relationships
Mm-hmm.
does matter.
To me, even if I hear all of those things, I honestly never would hold someone by what they did in their past. I will still be with them. If they have other qualities that I want in a partner, I will still be with them until they get to that point where they start behaving in a way that
Okay, let me ask you a
I
question.
cannot support.
Let's get a bit more.
Then I can take a decision based
Alright.
on what they have done to me, not what they did in their
Alright, you know
previous
what?
relationship.
Maybe I need to go a different route, so we see how, because you have to be as a mature person, you have to be responsible, not just based on your experience, but based on your understanding of your environment. You don't need to have an experience in life to learn. We had to have experiences to learn, then we'll never really progress in life. So most things we learn and from life is from other people's experiences and other things we read. Because you can't wait to have a personal experience or everything in life before you learn that lesson. You understand? If not, you'll probably be dead. You know.
But I can make them sign an undertaking.
No.
That if this ever
how many things? Let's talk about reality
Like,
or in the
if
real
this
world.
ever happens,
No.
Just know that that's the end of you. And
No, but this is where you don't seem to understand it, right? The previous history. Let's get a bit more sensitive, right? Now, you as a parent or you as a future parent who is dating this person has a responsibility to your family. Now, you've dated somebody who had a previous history, right, of being a wife beater and a child molester. You said that's history, right? They've molested other children in the past, maybe even their own kids, because you've got people like that. And you've heard about that. You have to be a very naive person to stand and say you will disregard that and wait for him to sexually assault your child or your children before you let him go. That would be silly. So if you're gonna wait for as a test to how much of a mother you are, if you're gonna wait for a man to assault your child, knowing fully well that he has that history before you judge him, then really it puts a big question mark on how much you value your own children.
All right, when it comes to that, I'll have to agree.
So,
I'll have to agree with you on that one.
If it's good for the gander, it's good for the, So what I'm saying here is that if you're going to say that, it matters only for those situations, then that's just because you see that situation as a serious situation, right?
Yeah.
All right, now that's your subjective thoughts again. That's how you see it. But somebody else sees wife beating or sorry, was it wife beating? What do you call it? Battery, right? As a very serious situation.
Yeah.
So that's enough to say no as well, just like for kids. So the previous history of the person still comes into play. So I think that your history does matter. It's not a reason to leave. It's not a reason to leave a person, but it's a good reason to think twice.
Yeah.
And consider.
Why am I agreeing to what Why am I agreeing to what you're saying now? This is supposed to be
No, but we're debating.
This is supposed to be a debate and I'm supposed to be speaking against. Anyway, your point makes a lot of sense and I would agree with you on a lot of things that you have said. But when it comes to that relationship history, I still think that there are certain things that are not really necessary for the relationship that you have or for the relationship that you are in at the moment. There are things that are not necessary.
Very true.
There are other things that are really serious that must be talked about before moving forward in your present relationship. But there are other things that really do not matter. Things like, I think I've mentioned it before now.
No. That's true. If there's certain, I'm happy you said certain things.
Yeah.
Which means it does matter, but not all the time. That's what's implied by when you say certain things. It's either they matter or they don't matter, or they matter but not all the time. So I think we've come to a middle ground.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So they do matter.
Yeah.
We can say they do matter. So the long and short of it, I guess, is that the previous relationship does matter. So
does matter. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed watching the video. If you did, please give us a thumb up, and if you've not yet subscribed to the channel, consider hitting that red subscribe something below there, and let us know your thoughts on this topic in the comment section. And I will see you in my next one, or we will see you in my next one if he agrees to film another video with me
all the time.
All right, guys.
If they can even ask or suggest points we can talk about, or questions, or maybe stories, whatever, and we can break them down and give our take on it. Obviously it's just our take.
You can let us know in the comment section anything that you'd like us
to discuss
as or a couple. Anything that you'd like to know about us. Let us know in the
comment section. Not so much what you want to know. But
let them ask anything.
Discuss.
We'll answer the ones that
we can discuss anything. Yeah, obviously, yeah.
So yeah,
but I'd rather just discuss, things that anybody brings to us, and thinks, okay, they want to hear Joecy and Chris's view about this.
Yes.
And then we can now discuss it, and then they may not take it on board. They may take a few points on board. They may discard it completely. But at least they've heard an alternate view about something. So
all right,
that's another idea.
If you have anything to ask us, or if you want us to give you our view on any particular topic, let us know in the comment section, or you can contact me on my Instagram. I'll leave my Instagram handle on the screen, so you can contact me on my Instagram and ask us anything that you want us to share our views on, and we'll definitely film a video about it and put it out there for you. All right, guys, until next time.
Later.
Bye.